Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Closure. Our mission on this show is very simple. We want to give a listening ear with empathy to anyone going through challenges and troubles. In this era of a lot of entanglements, we try to unravel them, and we do it with empathy. If you know anyone going through a lot and they want to share it, they want an impartial and a just way of listening and trying to look for solution for it, this is the place to be on Closure. Today we have a unique case. Felix has been married to his wife for some years. He intended to have just 2 kids. They had the 2 kids. Beautiful children. They got a nanny to take care of the children. All of a sudden, his wife has gotten pregnant again and he won't take it. Family members come in and talk to him to agree. He accepts to allow the wife to give birth to the 3rd. He is taking good care of the 3rd. Now it's about time the nanny leaves again. And the wife is pregnant again with the 4th. He's had it. Whether the wife likes it or not, the nanny must leave. The nanny leaves, or the wife leaves with the nanny. The wife says she cannot take care of the kids alone. For that reason, she still needs the nanny. The nanny is about to break her home. They need us to intervene. Listen carefully. Listen to everybody's side of the story with empathy. Again, with empathy and kindness. Do not judge. Welcome, Felix.
Thank you, Louis.
All right. So, on the phone you said a lot, and you want our listeners and our viewers to know.
Yeah.
Tell us, what is the problem at home?
Louis, I'm not a happy man.
What is happening?
I am not a happy man.
Tell us.
A man should be able to plan his home and make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing hurts than planning and then someone disrupts your plans.
Yes.
Louis, I met this beautiful lady, Rose. I loved her to the bone. Decided to settle down, have 2 children. Pay my finances, that's what I can carry on my shoulder. So we have 2 kids. One day you take the kids to school, you come back and you tell me that, I know you work, I know there's pressure on you, so you want a nanny. And a teacher in the school is thinking of leaving the school because of poor salary. I said, no problem. We can have the nanny in, because looking at the finances as that time, I could manage 2 children and then a nanny, so you also be free. Louise, before I could say, hello, you're pregnant. When I have been told that you are on a family planning method.
You have been told by who?
By herself and then the doctor.
Okay.
That yes, you're on a family planning. So that means for the next period or so, we're not going to have any children. Yes, I can't stay in my house, see my beautiful wife, and not get intimate with her. You are pregnant for the 3rd child. I start calculating how much we're going to spend on baby food, baby diaper, and all that. Then I told you that no, this that you are bringing up on me, what happened? Explain. You cannot explain how come you get pregnant for the 3rd child. No problem. Family comes in, okay, that's fine. Give birth. And then after childbirth, doctor, please make sure you lock up her womb. Louise, believe me, she's pregnant again.
For the 4th?
With the 4th child. That means I have a 6-year-old child, a 4-year-old child, and then I have barely 1 year, and then you are pregnant again. We are supposed to take care of these 3 children, plus rent issues, At the end of the day, we're supposed to feed the nanny and pay nanny at the end of the month 1,300 cedis. So if you put nanny's expenses together, I'm doing 3,000 at the end of the month. Louis, how much is my salary? For me to pay nanny 3,000 cedis at the end of every month. I'm telling you that, look, we have our parents. My mother is just running a shop. She can come in, at least she will eat, yes, but that 1,200, 1,300 wouldn't go to her.
So let me understand. You're paying the nanny, is it 1,300 or 3,000? You've mentioned two figures here.
The 1,300 is the monthly money we give to her.
Okay.
And then if you put in what she will eat, because whatever it is that we eat, we have to give her some.
She lives in the house.
She lives in the house with us.
Okay.
Since day one, I suggested that, let the nanny go to a place and be coming. And he said, no, the kids might be waking up at night. The kids might be disturbing at night in the morning. If she doesn't get a taxi, how would she join us? And I said, okay, fine, whatever it is.
So the nanny lives with you. And so when you put expenses together, you're looking at around 3,000.
3,000.
Expenditure on her.
On her alone, every month.
Interesting.
Which I have done this mathematics very well. And I know what I'm talking about. Because clothing's wore out, you need to replace clothing, whatever it is you are buying for her. I need to buy some for her. Everything is per head payment. And now, as it stands now, once you deliver, that means we should even leave where we stay to a bigger place. Because in that case, we become 4 plus 2 plus 1. That's 7 people I need to feed alone. And then pay at the end of the month. I'm telling you that, no, I cannot do this. Yes, once in a while you might come in, but your support doesn't hurt an elephant.
All right, let's hear from your wife, Rose, right?
Yeah.
Rose, we had a very good conversation with all the surprises and the intricacies, but let's take it slow. What is your side of the story? As honest as you can be.
Your Honor, my husband has said a lot, and he has been talking about our nanny we have in the house. But, Your Honor, seriously, I don't see any problem with that. I don't see any problem with the nanny being with us in the house. You know how things are in the house. Like, it's a very big house, and I can't do everything alone. I need help. The kids are too young for me to control. And I go to work and she takes care of the kids when I'm not home. So she helps us a lot. Do you get it? She helps us a lot. Financially, challenges you are talking about, I help you with it. It's not that I don't support you.
How much do you help?
I help you.
How much do you help?
A lot.
How much do you help?
I support you.
Yeah, but does she support? The point she's making is she supports.
She supports.
Yeah.
But Louis, how much is the baby feed?
About how much do you spend in the house in a month?
Louis, if you put in rent, we are hovering around 12,000. Everything, bills, feeding, rent, if you put in everything, we are doing about 12,000 at the end of the month.
And how much do you give?
Sometimes I support him. I give him 3,000 because my salary, I take 6,000 for the month, and when I give you 3,000, I think it's enough money I've given you to support the house. How many women in the world can do this?
And how many women are keeping nannies that are actually costing to 3,000 at the end of the month? If you're asking how many women would do this, then how many women also keep nannies?
All right. So let's come back to his.
You are not the only person who is working.
It's fine. Let's hear her. We need to hear her out. So you help, and what else?
Okay, aside that, there are most nannies who they don't even take care of their kids well. They will just beat their kids, maltreat them when you are not around. But for this one, she is different, and she helps me with some house chores. Yeah. You get it? She's not being paid for the house chores, just taking care of the kids. But aside her taking care of the kids, she also helps me with some house chores.
All right.
You were talking about your relatives. Can I order your mom to wash my dishes for me? I can't. There are some things I can't let your parents or your mother do for me. You get it? But for her, she does everything. I don't even ask her to do it, but she will do it. You get it? So she helps me a lot, and I don't think I can let her go.
All right, so I understand that, but so let me come to the point. He says you agreed that the 2 kids were okay. So what happened to the additional? Now 2, 1 already and 1 on the way. What happened?
Joanna, it just happened. Like,
How can it just happen? How can it just happen if you don't skip your medication?
I want us to be very honest. The whole idea for this show is to give people closure, to bring them to the place where they can accept, admit, and forgive. So when you feel that you've been lied to, it makes it difficult to fully open up and forgive. So I want us, when we are here, for the time we are here, to be as honest and as sincere as possible. Was it intentional?
Joanna,
First of all, were you willing to have just 2 kids?
yeah, that was our plan. We just planned to have 2 kids, but
Was it intentional? Did you intentionally get pregnant again?
Joanna, yes, I did. Because I wanted the nanny to stay.
For me to pay bills?
You wanted the nanny to stay. Why? You had an agreement that at a point she was going to leave.
Of course, when the kids get to a level that we don't need the nanny will have to leave. Because nanny comes in when babies are young and we need to take care of them.
So to keep the nanny, if you get pregnant and you have a baby again, then you have
to take care of the kids for me.
So you want to keep the nanny till when?
Joanna, she helps me a lot. So
no, we agree that she helps you. For how long do you want to keep the nanny? Maybe 10 years, maybe 5 years. So then we know that if this is the strategy, then for the next 10 years, you're going to keep on having kids for the next 10 years. We want to find the best way out, not to judge. What has happened has happened. We would find a way to retrace our steps and fix them if we can. But we want to understand you. I want to understand you.
Joanna, the truth is I like her so much and I'm just obsessed with her.
Hey!
At the point that we have another child coming in, so that the nanny will stay. So which means we're going to have a 5th, a 6th, a 7th, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to keep nanny for over 12 years.
All right.
For me to pay bills.
Okay, so let's do this. You like her. It's understandable. She's a good person. She's taking good care of your family. And that is very... In this day and age, you hardly find people like that. Yeah. So it's understandable. But you also must think of the burden it's putting on the family. And now together, you see, the challenge is always the fact that we do not sit to discuss these things. We take the decisions alone. However, the repercussions come on the 2 of us. So I think you should have discussed this with your husband and together find a way out. Maybe the propositions he was making weren't good or didn't sound good to you. But sometimes even if we don't listen, you make them listen. Okay?
But how on earth can you have this idea that and the kids, you decide on which school you want them to go? High paying fees. And we already have 2 in the school. 3rd one will be joining them very soon. And the 4th one on the way because you just like a nanny.
Joanna, I just can't let her go. Please. Just accept that.
And I've given you 2 options. Nanny goes, or you go with nanny, or I go.
What are you going to do? If the nanny goes, what are you going to do? Now that there are 3, you're going to have a 4th. How are you going to keep the home? It is also your responsibility that the home is kept. and the kids are, taken good care of, what is your plan? She works.
She works.
So what is the plan?
So now the plan is we bring in our parents. If my mother comes for a while, your mom will also come for a while.
But they also have their own, your mother has her husband. She has a home. Would she be comfortable leaving her home to come and take care of it? Like she said, she can't ask your mom to wash dishes. There are things she can't be comfortable in the house with your mom around. There are things, yes, people find difficult to do. So she wants to be convinced that she'll be okay, and it's your job to make her feel okay.
If not, we can employ someone who can all come in during the day and then wouldn't stay with us and go, and we pay the person off with probably supporting the house, back and supporting the house. That's okay, that's fine. At the end of the day, we need to cut costs.
So can't this nanny do that? Can't she come and go?
Yana, I just wanted to stay in the house because sometimes the babies cry at night and it's unbearable. I just wanted to stay.
All right. Okay, so at this point, I'd like you to be very honest to your husband. I know you want to keep this from him, but it would be better he finds it out. He finds out here than somewhere else. Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Is there something you know that I don't know?
So, your wife has something she wants to tell you. Are you going to tell him now?
Yeah, I know. I will.
Are you pregnant again in the pregnancy?
No.
I think you should listen to her, and whatever happens, be calm. You first have to promise that you'll be calm. And you're going to handle this information she's about to give you well.
I trust you so much. You've helped people, so obviously, I think I trust you.
All right.
I'll be calm.
So, Rose?
Sometimes the devil finds himself to enter something very nice, but I'm very sorry to say this, but please.
To say which one?
So you take your time and you listen. Sometimes you don't talk, you listen. Just listen. That's what one problem with men. Then they can't talk to us. We must learn to listen. Just listen.
Okay.
I know you love me so much, and I also do love you so much, but there have been something I've been doing and with the nanny, and I'm very sorry to say this, but the nanny is my lover. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I'm very sorry. I'm sorry it won't happen again. I'm very sorry.
Louis.
All right. So for the purpose of the show, you can sit on your chair.
You can just sit. Sit.
Sorry.
I'm very sorry. And I don't want her to go, please. I'm very sorry. And I promise you it's never going to happen again. I'm very, very sorry.
Okay. So, Felix, so from my understanding,
I give you everything you need. Emotionally, you don't lack anything. Louise, in my own house, this happened to me. For me to bear the cost, this is not fair.
I'm so sorry.
This is not fair. No.
I think the reason she's talking about this is because she struggled with it for a long time. So it's not something.
I am really surprised
she's not
that of all the problems we're going through, of all the financial difficulty, because of this, you keep increasing bail and you wanted to stay off by all means.
So the question is, what are we going to do about it? How did you get involved in all of this? How did it start for you? How?
No, I just liked the girl, like how she was taking care of the kids, and I don't know how, but she looked very attractive to me, and it all started from there.
Before her, had you done this with any woman before?
No, she's my first person I've ever done that with, and I really regret that.
And this is surprising
So,
to me.
so if you regret, then why don't you let her go? It's safer for you. It's better for you.
No, I just want to keep her so that she can help me with some stuff in the house. I like her, not as in being my lover again, but I just wanted to stay with me.
Louis, how sure can we live in this house going forward?
I promise it's not gonna happen again, please.
How should we? How can we keep the very person who is bringing the bills up still in the house? And you tell me you don't want her to go, and you want to keep her, and you want to. So when I go to work and I travel, and what happens? You think I can trust? I trusted you so much that I could bet my life on you.
I'm so sorry, but we have to keep this lady, because if she goes, who might know if we should go for another one? How is the person going to treat our kids?
That is why I'm saying let's bring. So
Okay.
what do you want us to do now?
All right. Let's take a moment and bring the house help in.
Do you have to do this to me? My goodness. You did this to me?
So for how long has this been going on between the two of you?
For 2 years now.
2 years. Louis, 2 years. 24 months.
All right. So
Louis, over 100 weeks.
I understand all of that. Now, it is, what do we do about it? Now she's here. Are you willing to let her go, leave your house and leave your marriage, so that you can salvage what is left?
And I took you as a daughter. Provided everything for you. And that's what you conspired to do to me.
We are sorry.
I'm very sorry, sir. I'm very sorry. Please, I don't want to be the reason your marriage will break. I'm very sorry. Please forgive me.
What are we going to do? What are you going to do? You're the man.
Louis, I'm the man.
Yes. It is what you decide. In this situation, it is your call. These are all the cards. It is very brave for her to have come out to tell you.
Louis, I love my wife.
I can see that.
Dearly. But selfish interest. Louis, what do I do?
You tell me. What are you going to do?
If it had been for the cost element, yes, I could have swallowed that one. Better days could come. But this, how do I trust my wife?
I think she's not asking to be trusted. She's asking for forgiveness now. It is too early to take any major decision.
Forgiveness and not saying the nanny should still stay. You're still trying to tell me that she should still be in the house with us.
I'm sorry, but I can't let her go. Let her stay with us.
For how long is she going to stay with us?
No, wait. It is destroying your marriage, and you still want to stand.
Yana, I don't want to ruin my marriage, and
you don't want to let her go.
You don't want to let her go.
Annie, please let her stay with us.
So then let her stay and let me go. Nanny will go. I'll keep my wife.
All right. Already, you can go. Do you really want your marriage?
And I do, but
what?
The nanny going will be very challenging for me. I just want her to
Louis,
stay.
nanny would go. I will keep my wife. If he demands taking some days off work to filling the space for now, we'll do it.
But are you sure you want to stop being with?
Yeah, I'm very sure. That's why I want to keep her in the house. She's very
No.
good. She has been good to
It
us.
doesn't
Louis,
happen.
no.
I don't want her to go.
It doesn't happen that way. If you want to leave something, you don't leave that thing. You don't bring that thing that is tempting you back into your house.
It's not gonna happen again.
For 2 years, where is assurance? I am ready to forgive. Let her go.
You still don't want that?
I want to keep her in the house. Let's stay together as a family, as we used to do. But it's not gonna happen again.
Okay. I think this is the best we can do. Maybe you should get help for continuous therapy. Something is not right with your wife.
Yeah.
Something is just not right. The two of you need therapy, intense therapy, something Ghanaians overlook. But it's not okay.
For 2 years, Louis.
The decisions, the key major decisions you've made, the decisions about kids are a blessing from God. We celebrate them when they come. But the way in and manner in which you chose to let it happen and what you're saying now, I don't believe you're okay. May you find the help you both need to make this work. I'll be happy to hear from you that things are better. So, Felix decides to let the house help, the nanny, go and rebuild with the wife. And from now, they're going to look for help, professional help, therapy. For the wife first, and for the two of them. How they can heal and bounce back out of this challenge. Until we meet again, this has been closure.